All right. Just shared that I've gone live. Hopefully people will start coming in. Although nobody's here right now. But to the people who are going to be watching the replay back, which probably won't be anyone, hello. It's first attempt at going live on YouTube. It's the Gitman Takes Two. Hopefully people will start coming in. There's one person here already. Probably be a bit of a wonky mess, but such is the state of when you go live the first time on YouTube. No one's in here yet. Not surprising, since I literally just shared it. But this is probably a test stream, so to speak. See how well my live streaming can do on YouTube. At least hopefully. Well, still nobody here. But I guess while I wait for people to flood in, if they do, I'll start throwing some paint on some models I got sat here at my desk. My desk is currently a bit of a mess. It's covered in orcs and space marines. Yes, I know, space marines. The heresy of it. I started collecting space marines because I've been handed an entire space marine army from one of my brothers who decided not to play 40k anymore. And I've now just realized I've forgotten something crucially important, and that is my water bottle, which I've left upstairs to hydrate myself for when I eventually need to have a drink. Almost 4 minutes in, no one's here. Might be a while for people to come in. Yes, that's what happens when you don't post for a while. Or maybe if you choose to be like me and not actually plan to schedule for when you'll be live. But I'm just fancying going live today because my past few weeks have been relatively crap. Probably explain when people actually enter into the chat and why that's the case. But if nobody's here in like 20 minutes or maybe a little bit longer, I probably will just explain anyway for people who are watching back on when I'm done streaming, I guess. But for now, let's throw some paint on some models, and hopefully my voice is coming through clearly on my microphone. Because unlike Facebook, YouTube doesn't have a way where you can adjust your microphone unless you have a headset, which my phone's currently plugged into a charger because it's, well, basically almost dead. And I don't have a headset that can really speak through. And these aren't actually like microphone headphones here, so I don't know if they would actually work. I'll only have to just do a test stream with those, I guess, at some other point to figure out if that does work or doesn't. I also like on Facebook how you're able to tell how many people are actually like in the stream. Like who, or actually, well, YouTube can do that too, but it doesn't like show you like which people are actually in the stream unless their comments sprout up. Or am I even looking at the comments right now? Because I can't really tell. I guess that... Party time! No, that one looks terrible. Just toy around with some of these effects. While I wait for people to come in, let's throw some paint onto some models. It'll be just like whenever I'm hobbying, except I'll probably not realize that I'm on camera until people actually pop in. It would be the highest of comedies if I suddenly had people come into the live chat and then I didn't even notice that they were coming in. But anyways, let's continue painting some Space Marines. Because I'm being very disciplined about what I'm needing to paint and what I'm not needing to paint. Because right now, as heretical as it sounds, some of the orcs that I have to paint, I don't really want to paint right now. So I'm right now trying to cleanse the palette by painting some Space Marines, and maybe when I get bored of painting Space Marines, I'll go back to painting some orcs. I am also very tired, if you can't tell, because I didn't get much sleep last night. Last night, we had a bit of a kerfuffle, and my brother, he vomited all over the bathroom floor. He didn't tell me or my mom what it was that caused him to vomit. But I made some burgers for Sammy last night. And I'm hoping that's not what caused him to vomit, because it's possible he might have gotten food poisoning from it. Which, based on the vomiting, that probably is the case. This might be the very definition of a test live. Almost 10 minutes in, nobody's here. Talking to nobody right now. I guess I might have done better if I went ahead and started streaming like maybe an hour later than this, but I just wanted to start now. After all, a good portion of my audience is like 8 hours ahead of me over in the UK. And I'm trying to catch all of them while they're off work. If this live doesn't really work out, I'll probably try streaming tomorrow. Or at the very least, well, actually, no, I can't stream tomorrow because we have some people coming over to deal with the current issue that I'll explain a little bit later. Because I'm still waiting for people to actually come into the stream. And but so far nobody's actually coming into the stream. Oh, 2 people are here. Now I just noticed 2 people have come into the stream. Hello, hello. Hello, Maelstrom, or Maelstrom. Pink Wave, Pink Hand Wave. Well, now it says nobody is here. I don't know why. Hello, Blowbo Clown? Hopefully I said that correctly. Ugh. How are you two doing this, I'm going to say afternoon because it's afternoon over in my portion of the world. Yippee. Yippee? Not entirely sure what that means, but okay. I'm currently just painting some models while I wait for more people to come into the stream. Hopefully more people will turn up. And also, quick question. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Oh, okay, thank you, thank you, Blowbo. It's one of the best YouTuber names I've ever, or YouTube profile names I've ever heard. I'm never gonna get used to saying it. I'm always gonna laugh at it. How are you? What are you working on? What are you just doing in general right now? Just hanging out, enjoying life, as best as you can. Was also just saying that well, it's been like almost 12 minutes, and just now people have started to appear in the stream. I might consider going live on Friday. I can't go live tomorrow because we do have some exterminators coming over tomorrow. Because I mentioned earlier that we just finished my Orc Combat Patrol. Nice. Very nice. But as I was saying earlier when nobody was here, last few weeks have been relatively crap, so to speak. I've been not getting much sleep because I'm sleeping upstairs, either on the couch or on two sleeping bags on the floor, because me and my brother just found out, or my family and I found out, that we have bed bugs in my room and also in my brother's room. And the only reason I'm streaming right now in my room right now is because, well, they did just spray chemicals last week, so hopefully they've killed some of the bed bugs. But also, I just don't have anywhere else I can actually do this other than in my room. Because, unfortunately, I'm not actually alone. My brother is upstairs. He's sick from possible food poisoning from last night's dinner. So yes, it's been a very big ordeal for us over here. Yes, it is awful. And I hope he feels better too, Maelstrom. But, tomorrow on Thursday at 9 o'clock, we'll be coming back because when you choose to spray with chemicals to get rid of bed bugs, the exterminators they they come once for 3 weeks to spray to make sure that the bed bugs are like just gone. And after those 3 weeks, if they aren't gone, then they just keep coming back every week once to keep spraying chemicals until the bed bugs are gone. And what's great about that is you don't actually have to pay, which I guess is a relief in its own right. But it's a very crap situation over here. I'm guessing this is what it would be like to have a Tyranid invasion suddenly infest your house to a certain degree. Although instead of wanting to consume your body for biomass, they just want to leave irritating bite marks all over you and force you to sleep in complete discomfort. Or maybe at least it's consume you over a long period of time. And just gradually bite into you over and over again until you eventually die and succumb to the feeling. But for what it's worth, here is the progress on the Space Marine. See if I can get him to focus. Focus. Come on. Come on. That's not really gonna focus. Yes, at least I can stream now. I've been waiting a few weeks, possibly even a month, even to actually start doing this because I posted a short, which was probably a bit overeager, that I was gonna start streaming when I got to 50 subscribers, but then I had to stop that because I suddenly wasn't at 50 subscribers. And when I was finally at 50 subscribers, I couldn't stream for like maybe almost for 90 days or something stupid like that. And I only just discovered like on Monday that I would be able to stream. I would just have to wait 24 hours until I could. But it was incredibly stupid and annoying, and I didn't understand it. But let's hope this one works out well. It's 20 minutes in. There's only really like two people in here. YouTube is confusing, Blobo. It is very confusing. It's a very harsh world where you have to live by cutthroat example. I'm also doing this on my phone, so hopefully no one's seeing notifications that are popping up, which you probably aren't, considering that this is fairly similar to streaming on Facebook, to a degree. I did inform some people yesterday that I wasn't going to stream today. And what if I just dropped? So, hopefully we get some more people in here. I know that there have been some people wanting me to do this for a while, because I did say that I was going to dedicate my new channel of Gitman Takes Two to just being a live streaming channel. And the reason for that is because my old channel, when I switched to new phones, for some unexplained reason, it logged me out of my old YouTube account, and then I couldn't sign back in with my new phone. And, well, it ultimately meant that I couldn't recover any of the stuff I did on my old channel, which, well, forced me to have to make a new one and abandon all the old content I did, which was very heartbreaking because some people actually really liked those videos. Should also maybe check something. Unless will that stop me from going live if I suddenly leave YouTube? Yes, it will make me do that. Now you can make more content for people to enjoy. Yes, I can, Maelstrom. Also, what are you up to? I've heard what Blobo Clown is up to. Are you painting some models, or are you just chilling out and just enjoying life as best as you can? I was just chilling at my PC when your stream popped up. Oh, how convenient. Since hopped on Total War. Oh, very nice. Which one are you playing? Out of curiosity. I'm a very big. I just woke up and saw the stream. happens to quite a few of us. I know that when I've playing my first Vampire Counts game at the Mo. Oh. But Blobo, I know what it's like to wake up to seeing somebody stream and like miss the first 30 minutes of it. Wonder, can I actually see your comments without my glasses on? No. Become too reliant on them. Just trying to eliminate the glare of the light on my glasses right now. Because if you can look closely, there's a bit of a glare of like what's on my desk in the light, which it's kind of annoying. There's you don't really notice it. And well, for some reason I'm noticing it, and it's a little distracting. I guess I just have to bear and live with it. Not that big of a deal. It's probably not that big of a deal. But I guess to each his own on what they notice and what they don't. Also, the way I'm painting right now, I'm not. So, what type of brushes are you using? I don't have the case anymore, but I'm using some Nick Pro brushes and also some old Citadel brushes, as well as some synthetic brushes. Don't have very many good quality brushes because a lot of these are hand-me-downs and I don't really have money to use to buy more. So I've just had to grin and bear it for now. So I'm going to do something real quick. I'm going to try and share this to some other people. Wait, no, stop. Sorry if I'm not noticing the comments right now. I'm just trying to share this to other people. I just got some Hobby Lobby brushes. Yeah. I don't really have much experience with Hobby Lobby brushes and think actually these synthetic brushes aren't from Hobby Lobby. But they're just some big synthetic brushes that I'm using. I've also got a bit of a jar of a bunch of old worn out brushes that Honestly, I don't really use all of them that much. I mostly just use like one or two because I use them as texture brushes. Again, because they're incredibly beat up and difficult to use, and also some of the other brushes, they're very big brushes, which would mean that they'd be very nice to use on like a big model. But I don't really have many big models to paint right now. Because my most recent one that I painted, let's see if I can get him down, was a nice big old stumper. Very, very happy with the way he looks. Wow, yes. A lot of people have been saying, I've been given that wow factor with the amount of work I've put into this guy. If you're noticing some writing on it, I'm not actually going to tell you what it is right now because you might see that in a video if you go and check out the war bosses of the Apocalypse, which if I can figure it out, I'll hopefully post a link to that in the description when this is over. But yeah, I'm very happy with this boy. He's called Big Al. I'll at least share that name. He's called Big Al. And I won't describe why he's called that because I'll be giving stuff away. Okay, what was I doing? I'm throwing some paint on some models. Let's see. Big Al for the win. Yeah, hell yeah. Damn right. We've also, just last night, and I think earlier than that, I was watching some WWE wrestling just as a means of entertainment. Because I was starting to feel a little bored and I was wanting to see like some fake wrestling for some reason. Although saying it's fake wrestling, it's mostly just it's mostly there just because it's entertaining, nothing else really. I mean, when you watch WWE, are you honestly like watching it because of the uh, wrestling, or are you watching it because it's entertaining? Been going through some of the older matches. Like, we got two people in here. Don't know if it's still Maelstrom or Blobo Clown. Yeah, it is fun. It is fun to watch, Blobo. It's very much fun to watch. See, no, still can't tap on the icon to see who's in here and who isn't. Because it's here's another thing with YouTube is that for some reason when it says there's 0 people in here, there's actually like 2 watching, or like when there's like 2 people, there's like 5. I don't know why it's like that. But I guess I just have to live with it or some stupid crap like that. But wonder if someone new joined us, or is it still just Maelstrom and Blobo Clown? Yeah, I don't know either, Blobo. But I guess we'll just have to wait for a little bit. Wait and see if someone new has in fact joined us, or if it's been the same few people. It's been oh, I got a like. First like. Hey, mostly Zen. Wow. Hey, the Mad Duck is here. Mad Duck, mostly Zen. We got 2 people in here, 2 likes. Don't know if that's completely accurate, if it's like 3 people in here and 2 likes, but I won't complain much. But I'm painting, so we'll mostly lurk. Well, we'll lurk in the shadows all you want, Tom. We won't judge here. I'm just currently being heretical and still painting Space Marines instead of painting orcs. Again, it's primarily because I'm getting bored of painting some of the orcs that I've got. I want to paint something else, so I've been painting Space Marines to cleanse the palette a little bit. It's not one step away from painting Ultramarines. Blood Angels aren't the same as Ultramarines. Why are you saying that because he's got a blue helmet? Like red and blue are like 2 of like the most exact opposite colors. So how in the world would Blood Angels be one step closer to Ultramarines? Especially since Blood Angels love to get in up close and personal, whereas Ultramarines tend to be well, they say they like to be a mix of both, but truthfully, it's more that they prefer to sit back and shoot with their DACA rather than actually get up close and personal. Because there are no purple Marines. That's not true. No, there are purple Marine chapters. I have flipped through one of the codexes with the successor chapters. There is a Space Marine chapter that does paint itself purple. I don't remember which chapter it was. I think it was the no, I can't remember. Think about it. Them purple Marines are either into warp or invisible. Now, hold on. Wait a minute. No, Slanesh Marines are pink. They're not purple. No. Slanesh is pink Marines. The pink guys. Alright, it ain't purple Marines. But as I was saying, them humies, they may paint themselves one color, but that don't mean it work on them. Just because Blood Angels are red doesn't mean they're faster than other Marines. Just because Ultramarines paint themselves blue doesn't mean that they're luckier than other Marines. It's because they's Space Marines and they's not proper orcs. The Orky power of belief, as much as people like to meme about it. Well, I don't know about those Ultramarines. Pretty damn lucky to me. No. As much as people like to say that the reason orcs will get their asses kicked by Marines is because of the armor color of the certain Marine chapter, Slanesh is like naughty color. Yeah, well, that's why I don't like Slanesh. That's why I paint stuff. That's why if I was a Chaos Worshipper, I'd paint stuff red with the blood of my enemies. Blood for the Blood God! Or something like that, I guess. unique advantage also about smaller streams like this is that, and also, I only realized it recently, but both my non-orc favorite characters are green. Dark Angels and Necrons. Necrons! Now I wish Nick from Idic Beer was here. Green is best. Although it still doesn't mean that I don't like painting my stuff red, because it means it goes faster. I mean, if there was, other than salamanders, if there was a proper orky chapter that was not, that didn't paint themselves green, it would most definitely be the Blood Angels. Because all orcs, even no matter what clan they're from, they can have the affliction of loving to go very fast. And any orc worth his chops knows that when you go very fast, it means you're the first one into the fight. No, they don't go faster. Blood Angels don't actually go faster. They mostly, Blood Angels are mostly an assault style chapter, but the main way that they do that is by doing I don't really know how to describe it, but quick assaults with jump packs. It's almost like White Scars, but they don't really utilize bikes. They mostly utilize jump packs. And well, Raven Guard also do that. Raven Guard are a bit more of a stealth chapter, so they would utilize full boss armor more than jump packs. But Blood Angels, they utilize jump packs quite a bit because of it's a quick aerial assault. Plus, it also means that when they inevitably succumb to the red thirst, they also strap a giant jump pack onto their back so that they eventually can plummet into the enemy lines towards their inevitable doom. Because if anybody knows their Space Marine lore, yeah, I guess that is true, Blobo. With if you use enough rhinos, it could be up in your face in the first round. But I don't really think that'll work, because rhinos, while they are good, they're not necessarily designed for transporting jump pack infantry, and also in the first round, they're not going to be able to get out of a rhino. Unless you're using a land raider with the assault ramp, then yes, they'll be able to get out and actually charge in a turn in which it moved or advanced, I think is the rule, but not so much with rhinos. But I do remember back in 9th edition, Blood Angels were one of the best Marine armies, because it was not actually that difficult for them to get into melee, because they had a +1. They had a +1 on the charge, and also I believe they also got a +1 to wound when they charged, which was actually, in my opinion, far more useful than, say, a +1 to hit that you would get if you played as Space Wolves, which is the other heavy assault style chapter. There also was White Scars, which was a good assault style marine chapter, but they were more about dishing out the damage rather than actually hitting and wounding. You had to have chaplains around you in order to do that. Whereas with Space Wolves, you would be automatically hitting on 2s or 3s base because of your chapter tactic, whereas with Blood Angels, you'd be getting +1 to wound on the charge. I know this is probably all incredibly boring because it's not talking about orcs. Ugh. But it's also because everybody else is also busy talking about Space Marines. Like, give me some orky stuff I can talk about. Like maybe give me a suggestion of painting myself green for a stream at one point. Or actually, hold on one moment. I don't actually know if I should put this hat on, but I will anyway. Ugh. Got a Viking helmet here, which, although it is a Viking helmet, yes, it is. It is perfect, Blobo. How many pigs an awfully grown squigoth eat in a day? How many pigs can an awfully grown squigoth eat in a day? 23. Is that right? Is it 23? Yeah, but anyways, this helmet, good number. Yeah, it is a good number. I mean, squigoths are hungry beasts. They need to eat. They're wearing this helmet because someone. Yeah, it is a lot. That's what I'm saying about this helmet. Somebody said that this looks like a old school Goth helmet with the massive horns. And for a moment there, I couldn't actually catch on to what they were meaning, but eventually, after a while, it really stuck. And like, you know what? Maybe they're right. This is actually a very nice Goth or orc helmet, because the second edition orcs, they all had this incredibly weird, like this incredibly strange and weird horned helmet. Those were like the boys that had like their choppa sticking out with one arm and like the pistol like really close to their chest, like they were trying to shoot it with a stock on it, even though there wasn't a stock. I'm starting to get a little thirsty. You know what? I'm going to be right back, and I'm going to go get my water bottle here real quick, so don't go anywhere. Oh, did I miss anything? Let's go water break. Yes, maybe I would like it if I was to stream on Twitch, people could tell me when I needed to hydrate. But then I would realize I didn't have any drinks like close by. So I'd have to always just like leave the camera and go and find something upstairs. If I am being honest, I kind of really don't like painting this kind of Space Marine, and the reason why is because there's like a lot of excess detail on it that really is unnecessary, but I don't really know why it's thrown on. And it's not actually anything to do with like the way the models are built, because you can't actually build them like without this plasma pack on their back. You can't actually build them without that, and also some of the stuff around their belt also doesn't need to go there. But my brother, who built these, decided to like overpack them with detail. So like when he started painting them, it was a huge pain in the ass for him. I'm also taking this hat off. I'm starting to get a little bit hot in it. But also, Tom, since you're here, I was also letting everybody know that tomorrow we have some exterminators coming to give the place another spray of chemicals and get some of these nasty bed bugs out of the house. The reason why I'm saying that is because I was thinking about going live tomorrow, since like in the first 12 minutes of streaming there was nobody actually here in the chat, and so I had to wait a little while. And yeah, I was thinking about maybe streaming tomorrow, but then I realized I couldn't because I wouldn't be able to be in the house. So instead, I will probably, if I do stream again, I'll probably stream on Friday or maybe Saturday. Who knows? I just do know that like streaming is actually very fun, and I love interacting with people. It's a good first stream. Oh, well, thank you, Blobo. I don't really think it's a good stream because, yeah, that does make sense. I don't think it's a good stream personally, mostly because, like, I was hoping that there would maybe be a bit more people that would turn up, but I guess not. Maybe I was hoping for a little bit too much. Like, I understand in some of my Facebook streams, people not turning up. That's mostly because I just had to tag them in order for them to actually figure out that I was live on Facebook. But on this, I was figuring like if I posted the link somewhere on like the different social media sites, people would notice it, and people would also get it like in their feed on their phone or their computer that I was live. But one can only dream. Yeah, I just need to give it some time. That's correct. But people will turn up. We are encroaching on an hour. Depending on if more people show up, we might extend that to 2 hours. Right, now I'm gonna just have to steadily hold my breath. I'm currently trying to freehand some of the scribblings on the parchment paper that's on the purity seals that you often find on Space Marines. Maybe a bigger brush. Isn't that fun? Yeah, it is. It is. It is not fun. It is stupid. And honestly, I don't really ever get in the lore why Space Marines wear parchment, like purity seals, because it's not really explained how they actually work to protect them from the influences of chaos. So I really don't understand how a purity seal really is supposed to help with a Space Marine. Like maybe it's like trimming from some kind of sacred writing that's helping them like endure some form of battle. I don't really understand or know enough about it, and nor do I really care to figure out. It kind of certifies that they are pure and not tainted by chaos. I don't understand how they don't get ripped up on the battlefield. Well, it's probably because it's not really on a portion of their body. It's not really on a portion of their body to actually be ripped apart. And Tom's also saying it doesn't protect them. The reason I was assuming that it protects them in some way is because my older brother, who was the Space Marine player before I was, stated that that's what the Space Marines were using them for, was for some form of like protection for like the like a holy protection that comes from the Emperor that like would shield them in battle, or maybe it would give them a taste of the Emperor's strength so that they could unleash their fury upon the whichever poor sap they were fighting, or some stupid crap like that. I don't really know because I don't really care to explore that side of Space Marines. Right. Now what I need to do is check some of these plasma inceptors, hell blasters, to see which one of them has a white marking transfer and a black marking transfer. I'd like to think they're like metals. No, I don't really think so. Plus, I don't actually think Space Marines want to receive medals in the lore. That's more of like a thing for, say, the Astra Militarum or Ogrins, because in the lore, a commissar will generally give a fake medal to an Ogrin as like a way of saying you did a good job, keep it up. And so and actually it does have like a certain effect. The Ogrin will actually generally perform better, just like because he wants to get another medal from a commissar, or just like get a certain reward from a commissar, which I don't really think that's that kind of treatment is needed for Space Marines. I mean, I could be wrong. Again, I don't really have a well-versed description on Space Marine lore because As any self-respecting orc, I don't really care too much to learn about it. We got 3 people in here now. Probably 4 people, depending on if this thing is actually telling me the truth or not. But who has joined us? State your name, state your business. Prepare to be blasted back to hell. Alright, now I'm gonna do some eye lenses and Space Marine helmets. Me, Mac 23 Rev. Well, welcome. Welcome to the stream. How are you? You working on any Warhammer, or you just sitting around enjoying life? Nobody will judge here. Because sometimes we'll probably be painting, well, for most of these streams for now, we'll probably be painting models, or we'll probably be painting models, or going over some rules discussions and painting some blood axes. Yeah, kind of one of them sneaky gits, aren't you? I hope, Tom, what this means is you won't eventually start becoming very unorky when you start joining up with them blood axes. Alright, now we just need to get out some transfers, because we are going to post some transfers onto some Space Marines. I don't know why, but suddenly I'm starting to think about some South Park episodes that I've been watching, or involuntarily watching, or just simply watching because they're playing. Because my brother really likes watching some South Park, and I'm now thinking about this one Canadian episode of where apparently Canada chooses to go on strike. because they feel like the world doesn't pay them any recognition or some stupid crap like that. Okay, do I have all the transfers I need for this guy, or do I want to add some more? Well, the stream is really starting to lose its appeal, I think, maybe. Possibly, I don't know. When's it gonna end? Is it gonna end, Jude? Is it ever gonna end? No, it's never gonna end. We are trapped here for all eternity to suffer. Hooray! yeah, we're all having a good time. Ugh. Alright, now we just need to soak some transfers in water. And if I maybe feel like it, I'll probably attempt to try and start painting it up another one of these Hell Blasters, because after this guy I only have Sergeant and 2 more left to paint, and then I can move on to something else, which will probably be more Space Marines. Or if I feel bored enough of Space Marines, I'll maybe move on and paint some Squighog boys, because I do have 3 Squighog boys all sat right here in the desk, who still need to get a lick of paint on them. I've been sat on my desk for months because I've never found time to actually want to paint them. Or what might also end up occurring is I finish painting this knob here, who I think I might name him Steve-O, because for any of you who aren't subscribed to the 6+ Steve-O, the big deal, hopefully if I remember I can put a link to his channel in the description. But he plays Bad Moons as orcs, and this knob has a Bad Moon glyph, so he's probably gonna be called Steve-O. Yeah, Steve-O the knob. Call him. It'll be like Bob and the gang, except instead of it being a gang of grots, it's a gang of knobs. And Steve-O and the gang. Okay. You like the blue on? Yeah, I like the blue on the squigs as well. I was thinking of maybe painting them up as orange, but the Smash a Squig knob, who's leading them already, his squig is already orange, so I decided not to. Paint the Squighog's squigs orange. I decided to leave them make them blue. The little bomb squig snotling. This squig, I've always loved this model because he looks equally determined and also is probably equally stupid. Or actually, no, he's far more stupid because he doesn't even know why he's riding around on the bomb squig. And so he's just going to blow up when he eventually reaches the enemy. And hopefully, if he doesn't blow up, yeah, he's ready to battle. He's going to go and stab someone with that giant nail he's got. Or he's just a weedy moron who's completely unaware of what's going to happen to him when he reaches the fight. He's going to go boom. He might survive. I mean, he might survive. He could, and then he might get goaded into trying to do it again if he survives. It's like it's like what happens with Grots is the boys, they give him a stick bomb. If the Grot or if the Snot is stupid enough to believe the boy, he'll tell the Grot to carry it over to the Humies and pull the pin. And when he pulls the pin, something awesome is going to happen. And the Grot's so ecstatic about it that he wants to do it. And so he just quickly runs over and pulls the pin, and then he blows up. Welp. Hey, it's true. It's what would happen. It's what would happen. Alright, well, we got all the transfers on the Space Marine. Now, we probably should let those dry for a little bit, so that when I slap on some washes, it won't slide off, because I have had that happen to me a few times. But while I wait for that, I'm going to go ahead and apply some texture paint. I'm one of those incredibly dumb people who chooses to use Citadel texture paint instead of something natural like sand or anything, and that's because I personally think it looks cool. People can cast stones at me for it all they want. It's not going to dissuade me from using these kinds of paints. Well, 2 people are here now. I guess someone's left, unless it's the people counter being stupid again. Maybe we need to do a head count. Who's all still here? Maybe add a rock so it won't look that flat. Maybe. I mean, so long as you don't hit me in the head. I really don't want to die getting stoned to death. Yes, Maelstrom is here. 4 people are here now. Huh. Who else has jumped in? State your business. Why is you here? What you doing? You's painting models, or are you just sitting around here watching me paint? watching me talk random crap that makes no sense to anybody else, not even to me. Ugh. Laugh out loud. It's your decision to laugh, not mine. Should probably take another sip of water here real soon, but first we're gonna slap some more texture paint on. So who all is here right now? We got Blobo Clown and we got Maelstrom. Tom, are you still around here? And is Max still here? And if possible, do we have another person here in the chat? Nothing wrong with getting stoned for once in a while. No, not for me. Unfortunately I have asthma, so getting stoned would actually be bad for me because I wouldn't want to inhale weed into my lungs. Right, we've finished another Hell Blaster. Now we gotta move on and paint another one. Hey, Voodoo Fairy! Oi, oi, you git! I was wondering when you would finally join. Ugh. Four people in here, 3 likes. Yay! I feel so special. Anyways, welcome to the first stream of the YouTube channel. Not the first stream I've ever done, because I did stream on Facebook. I only did, like, I think 2 streams. Oh, 4 likes. 4 people in here. Yay! Been busy. Went to move 5 tons of wood, but it failed to arrive. So, what are you doing now, Voodoo? Are you just sitting around chatting, or are you doing some hobby? What's the story? Making a burrito. For dinner, yes. Five people are in here now. I honestly can't tell if that's like the number actually correcting itself. That's a vibe. I don't know what that means, but okay. As I was saying, I don't really know if like the number of people who are actually in here, it's like just the counter is just stupid, or if there are people really coming in and dropping out. But Voodoo, we've been talking random crap. We've been describing how life has been a bit crap as of lately because of a infestation of bed bugs. And I've also considered that maybe I'll stream again later this week, possibly Saturday or Friday if I'm feeling up for it. It's not guaranteed, but like this is like a test stream right now for me, like get the feel of things here on YouTube. And, I'm already wanting to do another one. I can really tell that I've put people to sleep with my boring rant. Because nobody's firing away in the chat section. Just everybody's just actually just they're watching me, but they're really actually falling asleep because I'm very boring. I think it actually was Voodoo who said it himself, that I was actually very entertaining when he watched some of my streams on Facebook. Ah, very nice. But what minis did you order, Voodoo? Are they some Puppets War, Cromlech, for fun minis, Gear Guts? What models are you picking up? All sorts. Oh. Some 3D prints and other stuff. Oh, very nice. Very cool. Care to share what they're going to be used as if you were to play them in a game, or like what their intended purpose is supposed to be? Uh, you had my curiosity. Now you have my attention. A load of hoverboards for Storm Boys. I would love to see some Storm Boys on hoverboards. Ugh. Some good boys, squigs, and dreglings for freebooter squigs. Hopefully I said that word correctly on dreglings. Couple of weird boys, yeah, that's always good. Still just busy slapping some contrast paint all over a Space Marine. I guess people are starting to drop out now because we have gone live. We've been live for almost an hour, and well, it's not getting very interactive now because I'm not really seeing the comments popping up that much, which is probably a sign that we may have to bring this to a close a little bit sooner than I was hoping. Oh well, as I was saying earlier, it's a test stream. And so I'm just having to get my bearings with how YouTube will work, and yeah, it is. Yeah, thank you, Blobo. It is a good stream for some people. Also, sometimes when I'm like looking away from the camera, it's suddenly like I feel like I'm seeing a comment pop up. Can't wait for the next one. Well, I don't think I can wait for the next one either. I'm very, very optimistic with streaming on YouTube. Don't know how long I'm going to be able to do it because I do have some stuff I'm needing to take care of, such as getting ready to go off to college. And also, I might actually not be able to stream on Friday. I might have to stream on Saturday, which I'm hoping won't be too big of a problem because we might be having a bit of a chaotic weekend. Because I think my little niece is going to be coming over this weekend. My brother's baby, Violet, my little niece might be coming over this weekend. I think only Voodoo would actually know who what I'm talking about because he has seen little Violet when I talked to him in the Discord, which is also another thing I need to hopefully figure out how to post a link to in the comments. Is go join the 40K Orc Community Discord. Ugh. It says 4 people are in here now. Still don't know if that's like people who left the stream and have come back or what. But hello, welcome to the stream. State your business. What you doing here? Still dot Lurking event. Yes, it most certainly is a lurking event, Tom. And how are some of those Blood Axe characters coming along? They're looking nice and Blood Axey. Slowly. Well, Tom, as much as you like to say that you are the world's, that you are one of the slowest painters alive, I would say you're actually not too much of a slow painter. You don't like to batch paint? Well, you know what? I don't blame you because I don't batch paint either. In fact, these Space Marines that are all sitting here, the reason it's taking as long as it is because I'm choosing to paint them one at a time instead of start like painting up all the detailing on some of these Space Marines. Because honestly, like I've seen some people do it, and like if you have the skills to do it, I guess that's all right. That's your decision to do it. But there are also some people who don't necessarily have the skills or the patience, frankly. Batch painting, that's where you take like a group of models, like say I have five unpainted Marines here, and what batch painting is basically you paint some of the details, like for example the armor, like you'd paint the armor, like I would paint it all red. And then I go over all the black details on each of the models, and then all the metal details and any of the helmets or any of the skin or stuff like that. And it's a fast way to get like an army onto the table quickly, but it's also incredibly draining because it's basically spending progress on 5 different models that you're treating like one. And even if you finish one, you basically have only gotten like 1/5 of the way in this case, or if you dread to like paint, like God forbid, 20 orc boys in one session, and believe me, people have done like 30 orc boys when you could actually still take them in units of 30, and it was honestly just baffling at how they were able to do it, because I've never tried batch painting, but I've seen what it can do to people who absolutely abhor the idea of batch painting and how it essentially drains their soul and their willpower to continue painting. You can think of it as like a slow war of attrition against painting models, where if you don't continue painting, you eventually burn yourself out. Ultimately, batch painting isn't actually all that fun. And again, I've seen it from other people who I watch on YouTube, streamers. Again, primarily 6+ Stevo, the Bad Moon War Boss of the Apocalypse. Yeah, it does make sense if you want to just finish an army, but also sometimes it's not actually worth putting yourself through that torture to finish an army. Like, unless you really enjoy it, which I don't really know a sane person who would enjoy it because it seems painful and torturous. But there are people out there who do enjoy batch painting. I'm just not one of them. I'm one of those people who likes to just focus on one model, paint him up, and then move on to another one. It's about the journey. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, been on a spectacular journey with my orcs. I've got about all of them painted except for a plane that's on the shelf over there. a scratched built drop pod, a kit bash drop pod that I've turned into an orc flyer. A mech gun and its crew, some mega knobs and a big mech, 2 knobs, and then some Swighog boys, and everything else has been painted up. 5 people in here and 5 likes. Ooh, we got some new people in here. Yeah, like you do have a good point there, Blobo. It's all about the journey you undertake when you paint an army. And well, quite frankly, I don't know what journey I'm gonna go on with these Space Marines, especially since I also haven't finished my journey with the orcs. Although, if we're being honest, do you ever really finish a journey when you paint an army, or do you just continue to get more and more? Because there are some people who say like there is a certain stopping point with every army. I don't really think that's true with certain armies. Like even with Space Marines, there is like in some cases not really a stop, especially since they like get model releases over and over. Like even if they just recently got a refresh, they'll get even more releases for new stuff. So that's like kind of what really keeps Space Marines fresh. Whereas with orcs, it's mostly just not really there's no stop because, well, there's just so much you can do with this one faction. Like other vehicles, you can easily just bash into something else. It's like say you've gone through like the entire GW range, which even in that case you probably never do because you always like want to get more eventually. Or what if you have gone through like all third parties for works, and again, unlikely because there is a huge number of third party companies out there. And eventually, when you say, I think I've gotten everything I want, someone eventually mentions, have you been through other factions? And that's when you like start to get into the endless loop of there's never really a stop with orcs. Like you're always constantly getting more and more and more, no matter where it's from. And I guess that's a territory of being a horde army, is that you need an actual massive horde in order for the army to function. Yeah, sometimes you just get bored of an army and start a new one. I mean, I'm not saying that I will always be bored of orcs, because like orcs are fun, or they've always been fun. It's just that I got bored of just painting orcs. Like orc boys, like old orc boys, they're actually a little bit more complicated to paint than Space Marines because they have got actually a bit more detailing on them. And the reason I say that is because these new Primaris Space Marines, well, they may have a bit more detail than, say, some Firstborn Marines, like Tactical Marines. They both still are, in many ways, the same basic concept, and that they're just armor plating, and that you don't actually need to spend a huge amount of time finessing over a single model because it's just power armor. Whereas with orcs, it's like there's like you have to paint the shirt, the bullets, the boots, the pants, the skin, all the trophies that are decorating them. Yeah, that's true, Tom. Like painting something else can also improve your painting skills over time. Ugh. Ugh. Hydrate time. Ugh. So, Give me my helmet back. Yes, there we go. This is just what the stream needed. Just need to. What if I maybe just do an entire stream where I just wear this hat? No matter how hot it gets, I just do a stream where I wear nothing but this hat. Well, no, it's not. No, I won't. I won't just be naked and wearing this hat. Don't think it like that. But I just wear this hat through the entire stream, and it doesn't matter how hot it gets. I just wear it. I mean, I'm just allowed to take it off and let my head breathe for a little bit, but then I gotta put it back on. And there's an idea for a stream. You just need the ears. I just need the ears. Sorry if I'm being very quiet. I know if I'm saying I'm apologizing quite a bit, but the reason why is because um, I don't really like just going very quiet unless I'm like forced to, in order to like focus on what I'm painting. But I don't like just permanently going very quiet and not like interacting with the chat and not speaking to some people or saying what you guys are firing away off in the comments. I have also seen some streams where people do that, where they don't actually interact that much with the comments. Don't worry about it. Well, I'm gonna worry about it anyways, because I've seen channels that do that, and like honestly, it's a big snooze fest. Just makes me want to be like, when's it gonna end? I'm so bored. Because it is incredibly arduous and dull to see until I watch all the way through. Anyways, I'm just currently focusing on putting some paint on this mini right now. As people steadily may begin to trickle in and trickle out. Ugh. Well, there isn't many people left here now, so I might maybe add some background music. I could, but I don't really know how. I don't really know how to add background music, especially since I'm just doing this on my phone. Like, since I'm just doing this on my phone, I really don't know how I'd add background music. That is a good question, Tom. Is it actually possible to make a planet that's so big that even Gork himself cannot eat it? No, of course not. It's not possible. People are continuously coming in and out of the chat room. I'm just starting to really lose what to talk about because people aren't really putting anything in the chat. So I don't really know how I'm supposed to interact. Maybe it's a sign that we need to eventually call it here and to close the stream, which be a little bit sad because I was hoping to maybe at least stream for 2 hours. Why the magnificent hat sci-fi? Well, because it's just as you've said, it's a magnificent hat. And I want a nice hat. I have been told that this is a goth style hat with the horns, and yeah, I think you're the first person to say that I look like a goth knob. But you know what? I'll take it because I'm happy to look like I'm a goth. Maybe I just need to get some more black and instead of wearing red. Just like some of Tom's second-hand lads. Yes. It was Steve-O when I was in Discord many bad moons ago. When I first put this helmet on, and in the Discord, he said that it looked quite a bit like it was a golf helmet. Yeah, well, Goths do wear red, but they mostly wear black and white. Like, red's more of an accentual color, not like the full-on Goth red, because Goths they don't like bright colors, and red can tend to be a very bright color. They prefer very dull and muted colors, such as black, with the only bright color being white, even though that's a shade. And so is black, I guess. And so it's basically a sign of a very grim and gruff type of warrior and tough character. It's a byproduct of crumpin. Well, it's also a product of going very fast, so people would maybe think you're an evil son if you wear red. Continuously getting notifications as I'm streaming. No. That's not true. There are some Goths that love to go fast. Like, there are plenty of Goths who love to get on some very fast and speedy vehicle. Because if any Goth is worth his chops, he may also see the value of speed in order to get to the fight quicker. So sci-fi, proper slowly making those bikes. Yeah, but generally how my wall works is any form of fast vehicles such as buggies and bikes. They typically tend to be evil sons because my orc army, it's more of a WA, like a combination of all the different clans and different tribes that have joined up with the WA. And usually it's like iconic units for Goths or Evil Sons or Bad Moons that make up their portion of the WA. All right. If you could have an orc bionic, what would you have? Power Claw? It's if Tom is still here. Yes, I'm painting Marines. I figured you would have figured someone else would have told you that. Well, actually, you guys aren't really talking to each other anymore, just talking to me. But yes, I'm painting Marines, the heresy, because I don't really want to paint orcs right now. I don't have any orcs that I really want to paint right now. Maybe later at some other point I will be painting orcs. Just depends on if I have the wants to paint orcs. No worries. How are they going? Which day? How are orcs going, or how are the Marines going? I don't know which day. Yes, the Marines are coming along nicely, Blobo. Um, I've only got like 3 more of these accursed Hellblasters to paint, and then I'll be able to move on to something else. I'm honestly really considering not painting. No, I don't have a full army painted of Space Marines. I don't actually even have a fully painted army of orcs. Although I guess in a different sense, I'm talking about having a fully painted army. But if we're saying like 3,000 points worth, because it's the max you can go now in 10th edition, then yes, I actually do have a fully painted army. Especially, pull them back down again. So especially because, just like a combat patrol, I don't have a combat patrol, but essentially, yes, I do kind of have a combat patrol. I can use boys and a dread and a war boss mega armor, but I definitely do have a 3,000 point army list with this guy being painted, fully painted. Let's go, Big Al, says Blobo Clown. Yes, let's go, Big Al. Big Al, let's go, Big Al, let's go. A nice full swivel or a turnaround of the great big Stompa. Yeah, I did also use him recently in a game against my good pal known as Mr. Fish. And, he performed okay. He didn't do like super outstanding, but he also wasn't like completely useless, and I could have maybe brought something else instead of him. But I was playing like with basically a dread mob against a big mob, like a big horde of boys. So yeah. And, what else is happening? I don't really know what. Will we be making battle reports? Says Sci-Fi. He's mostly like a distraction, so the boys can do the looting. Says Blobo Clown. Yeah, sort of. He is. He is a very big linchpin for the army. But to answer your question, Sci-Fi, maybe we might be doing battle reports. I can't really. I can't really guarantee that we will be doing battle reports because we're mostly meeting up at game stores because unlike over in the UK where you could just literally drive to the person's place because it's like less than it's less than 2 states small. Whereas over here in the states, you kind of have to just like meet up in at a game store instead of just like going over to somebody else's house because we're not that close in proximity to each other, and so yeah, I do live in a big place, Sci-Fi. So it's not that I don't want to do it. It's just that it's unlikely to happen because well, quite frankly, it would be a very difficult thing to do with like being in a very big place to do a battle report. Like I think if we ever did do a battle report, we probably would have to like maybe come over to one another's place and well, I do have a game table. I don't really have a place to set it up, so and I also don't really have that much terrain either to really utilize. Ugh. A pair of us will have to organize a meetup for all the U.S. lads. Yeah. We just call everybody over here who's in the orc community. Have a weekend of orky madness. I mean, well, Mr. Fish, he kind of does that already. Like, he does bring in like groups of people that he knows that aren't actually part of our community. And he does do charity bouts, like over at one of the game stores, and he's gonna do one soon actually. And I plan to attend such a meetup. I'm just hoping I get the invitation for it. And what's probably gonna happen is I'm gonna bring all of my orcs because he's also gonna bring all of his orcs. And we're just gonna wait for people to show up, and then we'll divvy up our orcs into different detachments. So and he also doesn't have a small orc horde. He's got like 14,000 points worth of orcs. Last I checked, I had about like I think five or close to 6,000 points worth of orcs. So neither of us really have a very small group of orcs, although his is definitely much more vast in their numbers compared to me. Yeah, that is a lot of boys. He brought like 80. He brought like 80 boys to our last battle report, which is how he was able to quickly overwhelm me with the sheer weight of numbers. Because again, I was bringing a dread mob mostly, and it wasn't exactly. It was more of like just clog up all my guns and then eventually kill all the stuff. Except for the Stompa, he wouldn't have been able to really drag down the Stompa. Or he could have, but he just wouldn't have had the means to do it. But I do plan to attend that big meetup. I have not been informed yet by Mr. Fish on when a big event like that's going to happen. And if an event like that does happen, I might do a small stream for people to pop into. But again, I have to figure out when that event's happening so I can actually like schedule it to happen. Well, let's hope soon. Yes, let's hope it happens soon. Um, Although I do think that me and Mr. Fish will be meeting up a little bit sooner than that because I also made 2 custom data sheets for 2 of our characters. If it's not easy to stream, try to take photos and vids and make a montage. I very well could do that. It might be easier to stream because of the place that we're going to be at. We're going to be at a more like a more open spot, and also he does know the guys there, so it is actually pretty easy to stream. The reason I'm saying this is because like I have seen like some of his streams of where he's actually doing big battle reports of like I think it was like 14 K, or wear a GoPro helmet cam or something. What if I had a GoPro helmet, or if I just had a GoPro in general? I would definitely consider doing that, sci-fi, if I actually had the means to do it. But yeah, it's hopefully it's exciting times. It's really been quite shit over here, mainly due to the infestation of bed bugs. Just put the GoPro in the golf helmet you caught. Again, I very well could, but it's as I just said, I don't have a GoPro, so I can't. I'm pretty certain how GoPro works is that you have to have the GoPro, and then you can do wacky stuff like that before you can just say, "Oh, you can do this with a GoPro." Yeah, you can do that with a GoPro. Or make it like a bionic, or make it like a bionic eye or targeter. Uh, I could also do that. Could very well. Tie to your objections, Gitman. Let us dream. Look, I'm not saying you can't dream. I'm just saying it's not likely that I'll be able to do it because I don't have a GoPro. I mean, unless until I get a GoPro, you can just dream, but doesn't mean it will happen. All right. I'm too sensible for my age. I mean, sensibility has enabled me to survive for quite a long while, actually. So, I'm pretty certain it is good to be sensible. Hey, look, even the most brutal of war bosses does have to have some form of sensibility and rationality. It is good. It is most certainly good sci-fi. But in the future of streaming, what is something I'd really actually want to do would be able to go over to the UK and meet up with some of the people over there, and maybe do a stream with them, like of us doing a battle report, If any of you actually do watch the War Bosses of the Apocalypse, you'll know that they did a big live stream in their meetup over at Peterborough, and wouldn't mind getting invited to that. It might be quite a while until I'm actually able to go over there, but you know, just like you guys, one can dream. Ugh. Yeah, it will be fun. It will be fun to meet with the war bosses and just meet up with anybody over in the UK in general. That's what I was saying. Do a US one with Mr. Goody for the lads on the Discord. Very well could happen if we find a spot where we are able to actually do that. We could very well could happen. Very well could happen. Just might take some doing for some of the other lads in this country to actually make their way up here. Because Washington, it's not exactly a very close state. Because I'm pretty certain most of the other people in our Discord group that are like in the states, I'm pretty certain like most of them either live live on the East Coast or somewhere in the South. All depends on distance, funds, and time. Yeah, it does depend on that too. But it'll still be quite a bit of a trek for some of them to make it up here. And no, that was not me picking my nose. That was me scratching my nose. Because my lips are also still very chapped up from visiting San Diego, which was like almost a month ago. I really don't understand why it's still being very irritated. We were looking to hire a big Airbnb to cut costs while still having space for battles. Could work. Could also do the same thing over here. Again, though, it would really it would if we did do something like that. Again, it would probably take quite a bit of time. And honestly, if me and Mr. Fish do organize something like that, it is possible that it would be also a bit cheaper if me and him went over to the UK and met up with some of you lads first, and then we came back and did something like that further down the road. Because I did make a deal with Mr. Fish that if I was invited to the War Boss meet, and I was allowed to bring a companion. Well, I mean, look, it's not exactly a small country over here, okay? And like it's not exactly very cheap for like a family to fly, but for like one or two people, it is actually significantly cheaper to be flying because there's only like one person or two people that you're needing to look after. So in a way, it is in some ways a little cheaper than dragging everybody over to our portion of the country. Look, again, I'm not saying that this won't happen. It's just unlikely to happen anywhere close in the future. it might take some time, especially since I don't actually have a job. So, because I am still only 18 and I'm just getting into college. And you have to get an air safe army case. Don't want your lads getting squished. Well, yeah. Again, it's like I've been saying, it'll be quite a while before me and Mr. Fish could actually make the long trek across the pond. And we do also have to get passports. But there are actually quite a few people over here in the States, and they do live quite far away. And we would also have to figure out how many of them would actually want to come, or how many of them could actually be at our gathering. Because we can't just like book an Airbnb for all of them. Because would be a bit wasted if we just chose to like book an Airbnb for everybody who was in our group Discord group. It was in the States, but then they didn't end up coming. So again, these are plans that far future Mr. Fish and Gitman can handle later. For now, we gotta focus on the here and now. Yeah, it is something that's an idea to think about, and I'm certain that something like that would eventually occur. Because I mean, like Mr. Fish and I, we both love the community that we're in. I think me a lot more than Mr. I think me a lot more than Mr. Fish, because Mr. Fish doesn't hang out in the Discord quite as much. Because as he's said, he doesn't get that much recognition from the war bosses. It's only really me that's actually been able to keep him in the Discord. Also, is anybody else here, or is it just sci-fi? Because it does say that there are 3 people, but no one else is talking. And also, sci-fi, while you're here, what do you... Yes, hi, Blobo Clown. And I just always like to check to make sure there are still people here, so I'm not, like, focusing too much. Yeah, you were... Blobo is still listening. Mostly Zen still here. Also, I didn't ask, sci-fi, what are you working on right now? Or are you just busy doing some other stuff? You stopped painting so you could chit-chat more now. Stealthy Tom, adopting the blood axe ways he's painting. I mean, that's why I was concerned he'd become one of them very unolky gits who likes to sneak around and not be proper orky and just shout to praise to Gork and Mork, shout to the heavens and slaughter all the Umis. I've basted them with sand and PVA glue, so I'm waiting for them to dry now. Can paint more tomorrow. Good stuff, good stuff. I probably will have to get on the horn with Mr. Fish and actually ask him if he... I'm slowly making the biker boys, wondering if I should... I didn't just splatter paint everywhere. Wondering if I should try and make some bionic arms out of plasticard. I mean, if you want to, go for it. It's only unorky when wasp spiders travel through the warp like Eldar warp spiders and come out the other side with tentacles and boobs. Ugh. I don't really know if that's maybe chaos. Maybe orc mutants would have tentacles. I wouldn't quite say that they would have boobs because I don't really think Slaanesh likes the orcs that much. With the tiny details on arms, it's easier to get them made third party. If I can find some small cogs, I might try it. Don't fancy making them from scratch. Well, still, it's worth a try. Ugh. Ugh. Now, bad moons aren't very excessive. They just openly flaunt their wealth, but they still love to scrap and fight and crush. You can't get chaos orc. You can get chaos orcs. They're just rare. They're not scared. They're not scared of disease. They don't care about sex, etc. They tend to fall to corn, if anyone. Well, that's what I'm saying. Slaanesh doesn't typically seduce orcs. And while like mutated orcs from like chaos mutations will exist, they are, as you said, Tom, very rare. But they're also not really dedicated to any god. They're just like a bad moon Slaaneshi orc would be amazing, though. Like Bling to Damax. Golden Robe. Nah, I don't really see Slaaneshi Bad Moon as a very tempting thing. I'd still a yellow carpet unrolled for him wherever he goes. I mean, you can still do that as a regular Bad Moon orc. You don't have to be a Slaaneshi influenced orc to do that. Like I still remember that time where Steve-O was trying to maybe like put one of those Age of Sigmar munitions on his war boss's base for him to like announce his war boss's arrival. Yeah, you do. Maybe you should make that conversion now, Tom. Now that you've put that idea in your head. Rare for orcs to fall to chaos, but all the chaos gods types of tribute are done by the orcs. That's explained really bad. I hope you get what I mean. I mean, I kind of get it, but I still haven't really heard much in the lore, or like much in the old school lore about like there being like plague orcs or orcs that have fallen to Slaanesh or any orcs that have fallen to Tzeentch for that matter either. I mean, maybe a possessed warphead from like a freebooter roster would maybe be possessed by a Tzeentchian demon, since Tzeentch really has a thing for magic. But again, most orcs typically follow Khorne because they love battling, and Khorne is equally into fighting in battle, although he's far more angrier about it. No plague orcs, but I wouldn't want to fall in the drops. Orcs pretty immune to disease. Well, I mean, it's not exactly common for a plague to spread through an orc tribe. It's much like how chaos just can't affect orcs that commonly in general because they're too busy fighting each other or doing something else to really bother falling to insidious ideas. Which leaves very little very little psychic stress for the for chaos to actually invade orcs. Maybe you should try making a lore video, or maybe do a stream where I just talk about orc lore. And while people are talking in the comments, I can also just read their comments and tell me just how I'm a blithering idiot and doesn't know his orc lore correctly. Which actually would probably be very helpful. It would, actually now I'm probably gonna do a stream like that. Was it in Guardians of the Galaxy 2 where the woman had a carpet rolled in front of her and it ran out? Make that with the grot. No, it didn't. That wasn't Guardians of the Galaxy 2, but the carpet that was rolled out didn't run out. It was that it got jammed in the snow. So maybe you could actually do something like that for a grot. It's where he's trying to roll out the carpet, but it gets stuck. But, I think we've reached 2 hours and like 23 minutes. I might bring this to a close. All the Slanesh stuff is too expensive even on eBay. Yeah, well, that's why I just go with Corn, because Corn doesn't care about flaunting wealth. He just cares about spilling blood and just having a good time in battle. Tall, skinny orc in golden armor as a bad moon might work, but I don't know. I don't think it would work because bad moons are fairly plump, rotund, and fat because they like to eat food. Like it is, I think it is said in the lore, bad moons love to spend their teeth on food, which means that they're quite stout around the belt. Maybe if he was very, maybe if he was very vain and went on a diet. Maybe you could make that an orc story. Tom is about a bad moon who went on a diet. Being rotund is a sign you've made it in some cultures. Yeah, exactly. Tom, the orc is called David. The orc is called David as it's the perfect specimen, just like that human statue. Sure. I guess it could be called David. David the Orc. Yes. It's a brilliant name. Down the pub, he's just called Dave. Well, maybe he would just be called Dave the Orc. Yeah. Well, as much as I would love to continue waffling on about random nonsense on this live stream, we have been streaming for about 2 hours now, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and bring this to a close now. But hopefully I'll be able to sort out some of those links I mentioned by putting them in the description. Hopefully, if I can figure it out. Thanks to everybody for popping into the stream and hitting the like button. This was my first attempt to go live on YouTube, and well, as far as I'm concerned, it's actually pretty fun. I think it's much better than streaming on Facebook, especially since I don't have to put up with tagging everybody in order to get them to actually acknowledge that I'm streaming on Facebook. So, Tom and Sci-Fi, since you're the only two here, see you guys later. Maybe he'll speak with you guys more on the Discord. Tom can have that soundboard thing announce when he joins the Discord chat. He has the power. I read something. I mean, I think you did mention that yesterday, Sci-Fi, where it would be a great idea if whenever Tom came into the Discord chat, we just heard the sound bite you put into the soundboard from Dawn of War, where he's just saying, "The duck is in." Delicious water. Yeah, getting close to an hour, 2 hours and 30 minutes. So, glad I caught this. Catch you later, Gitman, Tom, and anyone left I don't know about. Yeah, thanks for chiming in, Sci-Fi. I'll see you guys later. Hopefully, I can meet you guys in the Discord. So, see you on the next one, you gits.